Has your dream taken you to the kind of home you want to live in? With your family? Are you worried about the kind of neighborhood to bring your children up? Does the influence of society and environment matter to you and your family? Are you worried about your health, your early morning joggings, sound of the birds? Does accessibility contribute to your daily activities? If yes, Universal Properties has homes, lands on our estates, property management, and construction, just at the right spots for the most reasonable offer. Our land locations are at Sukuta, Jabang, Brikama Jamisa, Kitty Highway, Sanyang, and Gunjur, on both mortgage and cash payment.
Established far back in 2009, and we are into housing, developing, rents, sales. We are here to make housing affordable, accessible for every Gambian.
Universal Properties, property, the solution.
Hello viewers, you're watching the Youth Dialogue and I am your host, Jenna Basonko. It's always good to be back. So if you've been following us on social media, you would realize that today we are taking a look at World Entrepreneurs Day. Normally, the norm is that in different countries, they get to celebrate women and men who are wealthy, women and men who have empires. But on the Youth Dialogue, because it's a youth show, we are going to take a look at the young people that we have in this particular country and are doing extremely well and do not even have empires yet. So that is what we're going to focus on. And aside from that, I'm going to have an interview with Mr. Dafe. I told Mr. Dafe that I won't be able to call him his full name because he was once my teacher. So so we are going to have an interview with Mr. Dafe to discuss about the work of the National Enterprise Development Initiative. I don't know a lot about it, and to me it's a totally new name for me, so I think maybe there are other young people out there as well who do not even know what this stands for, and it's meant to help them. So it's very important that we're about to have this particular discussion with him to help us actually understand what they do and how young entrepreneurs in the Gambia will be able to benefit from their work. So thank you so much, Mr. Dafe, for joining us.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, so Mr. Dafe, talk to us about the work of the National Enterprise Development Initiative.
Thank you very much, Jennifer, for this initiative inviting me. I want to say NEDI is an institution that is enacted by Parliament and mandated by the government of the Gambia to spearhead issues of entrepreneurship development. I'm kind of surprised when you say you don't know much about NEDI. And this is the institution that is empowered by government, that is enacted by Parliament, that is given the mandate on behalf of the Gambia to spearhead entrepreneurship development in the country. And the mandate of NEDI is about entrepreneurship development, enterprise creation, it's about business development, coaching and mentorship, and ensuring that youth and women of this country are able to build that entrepreneurship, able to create it for themselves. The ideal is to employment and employment creation for young people. Yes, because we know very well that, yes. Yeah, we know very well that for the economy, it has to depend on the young people, and that has to only come through enterprise creation and entrepreneurship. This is the mandate of NEDI, to make sure that we champion entrepreneurship and enterprise creation in the country.
Yes, so I think it is very important that this is the role of NEDI. And the reason why I said I don't know much about NEDI is because I do mingle with a lot of young people, activities, entrepreneurship. But for some reason, I had the concept that NEDI was really tied to environment, young people that are into entrepreneurship around the environment, area. So what do you have to say in relation to that? Are you more focused on environment agriculture, sorry, are you more focused on agriculture than maybe other forms of entrepreneurship? Is that the case? Because most of the time I go to events that has to do with agriculture and I hear NEDI is doing this, is doing that. But generally, when it comes to young people, it's not a name, young entrepreneurs, that I hear from them quite often. So is that the case?
Yes, you may be right in your own sense, but NEDI does work with entrepreneurship in general format, in a generic term. We're doing more with agribusiness, agriculture, because for us that is the focus now, for us to ensure sustainability in terms of food productivity and education, because we realize that more young people are focused on the agribusiness. And when we say agribusiness, we are referring to it in a generic term. Agribusiness in terms of horticulture, in terms of bakery, in terms of processing, in terms of farming, in terms of fishery, agriculture. So this, in a generic term, is what we refer to as agri. But then it does not only stop at that. We are looking at, we are dealing with startups. We are dealing with entrepreneurs that are barbers, that are craftsmen. So we are dealing with entrepreneurs in their diverse form. And then we may not be too much focused in those areas, but very focused in the agribusiness. But we're also very focused in other aspects of entrepreneurship. That is general entrepreneurship, because we've been training thousands. We've trained more than, in just last year, we've trained nearly 1,000 young people across the country on business skills and on general entrepreneurship. Because the idea is to be able to build the capacity of young people to take up entrepreneurship and business development. So we are not only in agribusiness, even though that has been our focus over the years. But on the sideline, most people that you've been hearing making tremendous success in the business area have been nurtured, mentored, and coached by NEDI to be able to get there today.
Okay, so you talked about the fact that agribusiness is not the only thing you focus on, but it's your main focus. So talk to me about how Gambian youth are doing when it comes to agribusiness in the Gambia. How are they doing?
Yes, the young people are doing very well. Recently, in just this year, in 2020, for the EU Technical Project by GIZ, we were able to train 85 youths in LRR, and these involve women and youth. These are all youths below the ages of 35. And we train them in food processing, preservation, and then labeling. And these are value chain areas like mango. How do you process mango into juice?
Amazing.
How do you process pepper sauce? How do you have this complementary food? When women go to hospital, give them complementary food for their kids. They are training people, youths in this area. And amazingly, most of the young people that we train in this area are able to make their own. They're depending on their own. They have their business out of this and their livelihood out of that. And not only that, we are engaging with young people in horticultural business. Because that is also one area, if you go to the rural setting, you realize that most of the young women are engaged in horticulture. How do we add value to that area? How do you make sure there is value addition? Once women process their process, how do they add value, like tomato that most women are doing? If it's not sold in the market, it gets spoiled. How do you add value to that? How do you process that into tomato jam? So these are areas where we've been training a lot of women over the years. In the rural setting and even in the greater Banjul area.
Okay, so now you mingle with a lot of people who are into agriculture, especially young people. When you talk to them, what are some of the challenges that they put to you that they are going through right now, having to venture into agriculture in the Gambia?
The challenges could be lack of finance. The challenges could be lack of equipment to be able, because when you people in agribusiness, in food processing, for example, they need machines, they need equipment to be able to process their tomato into tomato jam. They need equipment to be able to their mango into mango. They need equipment to be able to process the elementary food. So that's a challenge that has been. But recently we've had a collaboration with GIZ, the EU program, that we're going to establish processing centers. We've already identified Jataba and Buren, where we're going to establish these centers for those people who are trained to be able to go there and process these items into finished goods. So the challenge has been access to finance and equipment for young entrepreneurs to be able to do their business.
Okay, I think, Mr. Duffy, when it comes to access to finance, it's just a general problem for every young person that is venturing into entrepreneurship, it seems.
Exactly. That has been a problem. It's not only a problem in the Gambia, it's been a problem across the world because for people who are coming up, they need support. And that is why the government of the Gambia has launched this youth revolving fund that NEDI will be playing a very key role, where young people, there is going to be a training component, where young entrepreneurs and will be given grant to start their business. And once they are given grant to start their business, then they could go in to access loan and other opportunities if they want to maximize and then expand their business to other areas. But so this is what we've been envisaging, and for us to be able to solve that, then those kind of initiatives where we are coming up with grants and training opportunities for young entrepreneurs will do very well. So NEDI is thinking along this line.
Okay, I think that is very, very good, because if we have that, we're taking our entrepreneurs to the other level. Sometimes people have the concept that entrepreneurs have very little businesses. They're not really contributing to the economy, not knowing that most of these small businesses, they pay tax, you know. They employ here and there. I interviewed 2 young women who are entrepreneurs venturing into different areas. When I went there, I was so surprised to know that they have both employed their fellow young people. When I went to Mayamuna Skincare, she has employed about 4 people. Rose Africa has employed about 2 people. So I think sometimes these people are worth supporting, because it's a chain. The moment you support them, they get to employ other people, and it's a whole chain, and we all get to benefit from it. So I think it is quite important. So, Mr. Duffy, I hope NEDI is very active on social media, because the reason why I'm saying this is because young people in this age are so into social media that it's important that maybe some of these things are out there so that young people will get to connect with these things. I don't know how active you are, because I don't see NEDI quite often on the social media. So it's a youth platform, and I think it's good that that connection is there.
Yes, maybe you are following our social media. NEDI is active on Facebook. We have a Twitter account. We have the LinkedIn account. Like I said, most of NEDI has served as that incubator for young entrepreneurs in this country. And like I said, there is no young entrepreneur, vibrant young entrepreneur who is making success, who has not in one way or the other passed through the hands of NEDI. So we've been serving as that incubator. We have been serving as that incubator. Maybe not much is known from your end, but any young who has made success in the entrepreneurship business has in one relationship with us, because we have to serve as that bedrock where fresh brains will have to pass on. We nurture them, we mentor them, and they can go up and create their business. And this has to do with what you're saying, because for us, this is the only way where we can develop the country. Because once you create entrepreneurship, when you train one person in value-key area, he will employ herself or himself and employ somebody. And that somebody will also have to have somebody depending on him.
Exactly.
So that is where we maximize our effort. And through this is the only way when we can have development. So we've been doing very well. We've been doing, recently we championed a data collection exercise study tour, just where we reach out to Greater Banjul area to 1,500 young entrepreneurs. And these are young entrepreneurs across all areas, in trading, in horticulture, in barbing, in mechanic, fashion design. The idea is to get to them, know what they do, what are their challenges, to be able to map out how do we channel relationships, how do we partner with people who could support them. Also, the idea is how do we empower them? How do we build their capacity in their trade areas? Because capacity building is key, and this is where NEDI has been playing a central role. And that is why for many young people who are doing very well pass through NEDI, and they're doing well because they have got the training. So we wanted to identify and build their capacities in their trade areas so that they would be able to stand their own and make their own enterprises.
Okay, so Mr. Defe, I know I can't know all institutions anyway, because like you said, not much is known from my end when it comes to NEDI. I think we've had this conversation before. I think that is why it's important that you're here to talk about it. At least from now on, I will get to follow you guys, because you know I follow these institutions.
Yes, exactly. You're right. You're right in that sense. Maybe not much. So that's what I'm saying. It's good that you have us here, because for me, this is government mandated by government to entrepreneurs. We are in partnership with all the institutions that you are interacting with, who are really doing amazing job in youth entrepreneurship. We salute them. We really are proud of them. But we are really in the forefront in running entrepreneurship business, because we have a responsibility to the people of this country, because we report to Parliament, we report to history. So we have a mandate to partner with any institution that is running entrepreneurship development in this country. And we salute all their efforts in doing that. Yeah. And we will remain as that incubator that will really bring out, nurture young talents who will go out there and make the amazing job in the country.
So let's pretend I'm a young person that wants to start a business and I want NEDI to support me, or I want to build my capacity through NEDI. What am I supposed to do?
Normally, we have trainings. If you follow what we do, we have an activity plan for every year, and every year we have a target areas where we want to train. It's unfortunate we have a COVID-19 this year.
Quite
much could not be done in the areas of that. So what we do, once we are set for trainings or other opportunities, we keep an advertisement. We put up application forms where young people could apply, and these application forms are submitted. We work through the National Youth Council, and we work with structures of the National Youth Council, the youth offices, the regional offices, where they will be custodians of some of these applications. The Minister of Youth, youth officers across the region. So we do put up applications to them, and interested individuals will apply, and it has to go through an interview process. Okay. And those who are will definitely go through a training, because what we do, we'll have to have a training program. And after the training program, it is accompanied by 6-month mentoring and coaching for all our training. And within this 6-month mentoring and coaching, then you will be able to identify your business skills. What are your strengths? What are competence area? Where are your weaknesses? How do we really support you to be able to harness those opportunities? And then we have that we work with to be able to make sure that young people access finance.
Oh, access finance. So you guys have any package for grants as well?
That's what I'm saying. We work.
Yes, I think I was not getting you. I was not getting you very well.
Yes, I'm saying as of now, giving out. We have a microfinance component, but as of now, as I speak, we are not giving out that component. But like I said, we have this youth revolving fund that is coming that NEDI is going to play a key role. We're looking at we have to be in charge of training and grants. The idea of that grant is to make sure we have some young people who have the ideas, they're coming up, they don't have the startup.
Yes,
and the idea is once you build their capacity is to give them that startup to be able to really start their. Once the business grew, there are other partners that NEDI works with, like the SDF, the EU systems in the country, that we do work with them, and we support the young people by filling the applications forms and then guiding them through. Because everyone we train, we attach a mentor or a professional mentor, a coach to you who will be able to guide you. And through that guidance is how we're able to help you submit your application form to get access to finance.
Okay, I think that is very amazing. And I like the fact that you guys attach mentors to young people. I think that is really important.
Exactly.
Yes, so
exactly. That is important.
Yes. Go ahead.
So I was saying that is important because some of the people that we create coaching to be able to go through and then be able to stand on their own.
Exactly. Mentors are needed everywhere. I have a mentor as well. Everybody else has a mentor. And normally when you have a mentor, you get to be guided. You can't do it alone. So sometimes when it comes to entrepreneurship, I say that I'm not an entrepreneur, but with the little that I know, I just feel like it's beyond the money. the access to finance aspect. It's beyond just the money you get. It comes with more than that, because sometimes I hear people say, "Hey, dama start on business. Why da fadano?" It's because the know-how is not there. So I am so happy that you guys are attaching mentors to young people, so that at least it will be a smooth journey for them. So this particular show, we are focusing on World Entrepreneurs Day, although it has passed already, but we are just celebrating it today. So what message do you have for young people out there in conclusion in relation to World Entrepreneurship Day? Because normally if you look at the World Entrepreneurship Day celebration, is most of the time trying to celebrate the people that have built empires, the Bill Gates and maybe the Mohammed Jazz that we have in the Gambia and the others. But I decided to take another approach, that is to support young people that do not even have empires. They're just starting and they're not where they want to see themselves yet.
Yes, exactly, Geneva. And I think that is the best way, because we have to celebrate those ideas that names like the Mohammed Jazz and the Bill Gates. And I always tell my trainees, we can make the Mohammed Jazz, the many Mohammed Jazz in this country with commitment, with determination, and with perseverance, because the whole idea of entrepreneurship is commitment. My keywords to young people: you must be committed on your ideas. Once you come up with ideas, you must be committed, persevere. You must be determined to succeed. There are challenges, because this whole thing of entrepreneurship, we call in business, there are risks that people take. There are challenges that are enormous. But I will always want to encourage young people to be committed, and then to seek guidance. NEDI is willing, is determined to make sure we work with all young people across the country who really want to excel in enterprise development. Like I said yesterday, when a particular show, I said, this is a stock taking for us. It's like reflection. What do we want to do? How do we improve our quality programming? How do we make sure we help young people to be able to excel?
Yes.
So the whole Entrepreneurship Day is a reflection. It's to celebrate young entrepreneurs, those who have the ideas, those who are making effort to succeed. We want to celebrate them. We want to celebrate our partners who are really working with us to make sure we are making the right impact in the people. And I also want to thank you, because you're doing a great job here.
And Mr. Dafe, you contributed. Remember, you're my teacher before when I used to go for debates. Remember?
Exactly. I remember that. And we are proud of you. We are proud of you, because you are doing a great job. And we are always proud to see you doing it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dafe. And you know, like I always say, sometimes we just have to push, because I didn't expect that one day I will get to interview one of my English teachers. And here you are. And I'm so happy that you've also transitioned from that to where you are now. Thank you so much, Mr. Dafe.
Exactly. Jennifer, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So viewers, like I mentioned in the introduction, I got to interview two young people who are doing extremely well, two young women doing extremely well, one in the design industry and one in skincare and hair products. So we will get to look at that particular video. When we come back, we will get to wrap it up.
My name is Rose F. Manga, the founder of Rose Africa. In 2016, in October, it actually started on my birthday. I realized I had so much worn out products, especially my shoes and bags. So I decided to now go to the tailoring shops, because then I couldn't afford to buy fabrics for myself. So I'd go to tailoring shops and then get pieces of fabric and then use that to cover my shoes and my accessories. And then wearing that in public, people would ask me, where did you get this from? Foko jende, kulako defara, and all of that. But because then I was not a business-minded person, I wasn't an entrepreneur, I was actually working. Then I got so scared. I was like, what do I tell these people? Who do I tell them made it? Where did I tell them I bought it? So because I wanted to fit in, I just tell them, oh, someone bought it for me, or I got it from Ghana, and they're like. But a friend of mine put me to the test when she was traveling to the UK. She had a Chevron scholarship, so she wanted me to get her something very unique that she would use in the UK. So I made her a backpack, and after that she posted it on Facebook with my contact details, and that's how everything started.
Wow. So that is how the order started.
That is how everything came in. One of the challenges was how to run a business, what it takes to be an entrepreneur, financial planning and all of that. I had no clue as to any of that. So whilst I was working at my full-time job, my MD asked me to go in for an entrepreneurship training. And from that training, which was the Emprotech training, that is what has molded me to what I have become today. If I had known what I know now, then I think I would have been more, or I would have moved from where I am, because at least with the entrepreneurship training, I've learned the entrepreneurial behaviors. I've learned how to manage a business. I've learned how to do some bookkeeping, which I'm still struggling with. I guess most of other entrepreneurs also struggle with the same thing, but all these are stuff that I have learned, and it is shaping in me today to help me run the business the way I want to. Although currently one of my biggest challenges is having a store, but as you can see I have one currently, but trying to furnish it to have it fully running for people to walk in and buy is what is left for me to do now. With the COVID, I don't think we can even say it all, because honestly, the way it has impacted, I never thought it would have. Honestly, God knows. Because when I saw it coming in the Gambia, I was like, we'll tackle it like the way we tackled the Ebola. So that was what I had at the back of my mind. So I wasn't planning or for it to get worse. But the fact that it has gotten worse has made me feel really bad, because at least I had 2 full-time staff. Now both of them are not working because of the pandemic, and they're also at home. It's stressful, like I can say, because when they're with me, we're all creative, we're working, but because now we have to avoid the social distance, and when they come to the shop, they have to go through several vehicles and all of that. So their safety means a lot to me, so I also have to let them stay at home, but we still do communicate. And another thing was sales drastically dropped, because I was looking forward to the National GCCI Trade Fair, and it didn't happen. And there were other programs that I would have participated in, but because of the COVID, I couldn't. So I've made almost a lot of stuff for the trade fair, but because trade fair is no more, and which consists at least 40% of my annual income. So yeah, it has really affected the business drastically. During the tourist season as well, I also have 3 of my staff at Seafront Hotel. The hotels are also closed, so obviously there is no sales coming in as well. So that is also a negative impact that COVID has on my business.
So are you?
Yes, currently that is what I am working on, because right now what I'm trying to do is avoid to deal with cash as much as possible. So I'm not trying to get the queue money service, whereby customers can just pay directly into my account, and then trying to get also local courier services for delivery purposes. So in that case, I don't have to deal with clients as much as possible, but we'll do everything almost online. So basically, that's what I'm trying to do, to get all the online payment system in place, and then use more of the social media, the internet, to showcase my products. My advice to them would be, never be afraid. Don't underestimate yourself, because if you ask me, I knew I had passion for working with my hands, but I didn't know I was this creative until when I ventured into it, right? So I believe all young entrepreneurs are skillful. We all have talent. All we need to do is just search deep within ourselves, and we'll find out what we're really good at. And no one should discourage you. No one on this earth should discourage you. As long as it is what you want to do, it is something you love to do, go for it. It will take you time. It will take you years for you to shine. But one day when you shine, you will reap the fruit of your labor.
So how long did it take you to shine?
I'll be four this year. So it wasn't an easy journey, I'd say. It wasn't at all. I learned a lot because there are some instances where I got discouraged. I almost stopped. But when I look back, the people that are looking up to me, I have young girls as well that I train, and if I should stop, that means I'm killing the dreams of other young people. So these are all the reasons why I can't just stop, because I have a lot of people looking up to me, and I believe my story should be heard and would be heard because of them.
So hi everyone, my name is Maimuna Jahate and I'm the founder of Maimuna. So we make all natural skin and hair care products and also use those products for beauty treatments in our local spa. What motivated me to start Maimuna was when I came back from studies in 2015. I found it difficult to find products for beauty treatments when it comes to hair and skin, as I suffer from acne and hyperpigmentation. And what I use to upkeep my skin is natural products. So I found it difficult to find products that were all natural and suitable for the skin, and they wouldn't alter my skin tone, because it's very important to me that I maintain my blackness and look the way I look without my skin tone changing. And those products were very difficult for me to find. So I decided to create my own brand for motivation of my friends and family as well. As my friends started to push me into making products for them, that's how the business was launched in 2017. Being an entrepreneur in the Gambia, it's not too easy, but we're motivated by the love from our customers and the support that we have through our employees, as they are like the drive of the business, because it's really difficult creating products from scratch, from branding to packaging to the delivery system. I love that our brand connects to different young people's business as well, as we use delivery companies, printing companies, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not been an easy one, but we're glad to be here now. Yeah, we can say it's like an oral partnership, because we do work with delivery companies who are like a regular. Since we started, Dex has been our #1 delivery company who helps us to deliver our products. Yeah, so we could say it's like an oral partnership with them. Our main challenge here is getting the packaging material that we need. Most of the packaging is generic, so which means we cannot get to be more creative with our products like we would want to. We want to launch new product lines for different issues, especially with hyperpigmentation, but we have to stick to the few packaging materials that are available in the Gambia. We were ordering, but since the COVID, our suppliers couldn't manufacture the packaging that we need. So some of our struggles come from packaging materials. If we want to move on to bigger expansion, we'll need finances to drive these expansions, but we're still moving it slowly a bit, just for what we can afford right now. So we produce as we can afford. So how we've managed during the COVID, we've closed the business, we've closed the shop location in March and stayed home for about 2 months, just so we can get our processes in order with regards to safety, because the safety of our customers and our employees are #1 right now. And we've recently closed down when the state of emergency was declared as well. So what we've done is move most of our business online, even though it was, but we've heavily relied on Instagram marketing and our WhatsApp and our Facebook to drive sales. So when we get these orders, we process them, and then Dex picks up the order daily from our house and then takes to the customer's home. This, we believe, will cut down on the movement and we'll reopen back soon. Our message is simple and clear. As young people, I believe we should all do our small quota and not rely heavily on the government and institutions, as there's scarce in jobs right now. So everybody can be a job creator. Just if you're good at something, make sure you learn your craft well and then give it your best. So here, when it comes to businesses, there are different institutions that you can go look up to, and they will give you the support that you need, like the GYCC. They've been really important in our journey. And there's the GCCI, there's YEP here. So as young people, I would just like to see most of us, especially women and girls, getting different training in different trade that we would like to do. Whatever your passion is, just learn it, do it well, and you can be able to create something of your own.
Welcome back, viewers. That was Rose Afrique and Maya Muna hair products and skin products as well. I was so inspired, and I know that give them another 2 to 3 years, they will be at another level. So viewers, this is all we have for you in this episode of the Youth Dialogue, and don't forget to connect with us on our different social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You know, tell me what you want to see on the Youth Dialogue. Give me your recommendations. I will surely pen them down, if not even implement them. So this outfit is provided to me by Rugis Creation. Her numbers are right in front. Take it, call her. She'll provide you an outfit as nice as this or even better. It's a green and red. I totally love the combination, and I think it looks perfect on me. So take her number. She's a young person as well, and shout out to her as well, because she's a young person and it's War Entrepreneurs Day. I feel like she's doing extremely well. So my personal social media handles are as well in front of you. Take it and contact me. Like I said before, give me your comments and your recommendations. I will surely pen them down, if not even implement them. Thank you so much to Universal Properties for sponsoring the Youth Dialogue. We are calling on more sponsors to come in. The more sponsors we have, the crazier we can go to expand and do other things. So take that number in front of you, call them, negotiate with them. It's not expensive. I know you can handle it. So call them and negotiate with them and get to sponsor the Youth Dialogue, the safe space for young people in the Gambia. Till I come your way next week with other young people doing extremely well across the country. Stay tuned.